Hey guys, we're live again. I am having so much fun with these, and it's really fun to kind of expand what we're talking about. In the beginning, we were talking about just things that might help you directly. And we want to keep doing that, but we also want to introduce you to people who have done really well during this coronavirus, who just said, you know what? I got to keep my business running, and this is how I'm going to do it. Because I think they'll give you some ideas, but also I think they're worth mentioning because they're good people and they run good businesses. So there are people who are so worth knowing, and Lee Priddy is one of them. I want to give you my tip of the day real quick. It's really important. I actually am giving a presentation today on Zoom for the Annapolis Design District. If you look up their Facebook page, you can see a link so you can go there and watch it at 3 o'clock. But I'm going to be talking about social listening. Social listening. And I keep wanting to say social distancing because it's something we keep talking about. But social listening and the importance of knowing what people are saying about your company and your brand, the importance of following your competitors and seeing what they're doing, the importance of really knowing your industry, and all of those things come from social listening. So I want you to look it up or at least come and see my talk today at 3 o'clock if you can, because I think you'll get a lot out of it. That's my tip of the day. I also want to remind you, as always, every day I get one new follower. If I could get 2 new followers today, you guys would make me really happy. So go and over there and subscribe at YouTube. And now, before I start with Lee, I wanted to tell you the reason that I love Lee. I love him for a lot of reasons. I love him because my kid loves him and because he's made a huge difference in his life and really brought out a passion for music. But I also love him because when I had this crazy idea to do Burgers and Bands, I called Lee and I said, hey, can you get me 10 bands for 3 weeks from tomorrow, and we're going to have them play all the same day, and can you get that? And he's like, sure, no problem. And since then, he has not only gotten me 10 bands, he's ended up with between 25 and 30 bands at each of the events since then. He's done 2 of them in the pouring rain. He is amazing, and that's why I love him to bits. But let me introduce them. Lee, let me bring you on here. There you go. This is Lee Priddy from Priddy Music Academy. Lee, can we hear you now?
No.
Oh, no, I got you.
Good morning, everybody.
So, Lee, I gush about you a lot because you changed my child's life, but you also, what you do with Burgers and Bands is so far above and beyond. And we keep saying, well, maybe we'll expand this somewhere, right? And every time I do, I'm like, but I can't clone Lee. So how am I going to take it anywhere else? Because of everything you do. You do so much for it. So, I'm very, very grateful. I wanted to bring you on because I've watched Zane's in, 3 bands with you? So I've watched his 3 bands practicing. I've watched him do his lessons, his voice lessons, his guitar lessons. I've watched Blaze do his band practice, and I've watched him do his piano lessons, and all of it virtually, which is huge. But I wanted to talk about one of the things your whole slogan is a better way to rock. So what does that mean?
It's just, well, I think it's a little bit more innovative because, and I really didn't plan it. I just go with what makes the most sense, So one is you play with a band and rehearse with that band for an hour a week, and it makes it more productive than, pulling a bunch of kids in for a series of songs. It's more like an act, like shifting around. So there's a lot more gelling and locking in and camaraderie, and it's like a real band. And we also have people that fill in for shows from other bands too. So it's almost like a mini Annapolis music community too. So
it really is. And it's actually probably been the hardest thing for me. And I'm sure it's hard for you and your family because you guys are so involved in music. This whole not being able to go out and listen to live music and not being able to get together with the bands and see them, and have my margaritas, because that's fun when we go to Vita Taco. But one of the things that I was thinking about is how really there's more than one kind of team. And that's what you get with these bands, right?
Yes. Yeah. Everybody, feels a little bit more accountable to practice, and they want to, because one, it's also, I let them, pick the songs that they want to do. as well, and we vote. And sometimes one person has to take it for the team because you might not like that song, but they're doing the song that you like.
Right.
Looking forward to practice. So everybody tries to get it all together, and it's a lot more effective that way too. If you use that's the most effective tool is the student's initiative. So if you can find out what inspires them, then it's not even work to them.
Right. They never, Zane. Right. So before we found you, he was taking lessons, and I won't say where, but somewhere else. And when he kept saying to me, I got to quit guitar. I got to quit guitar. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I kept saying, first of all, the girls are going to love it. So keep at it. And secondly, I think you're going to like it. You're good at it. You should keep doing it. The minute he found you, I have never had to ask him to practice again. He practices all the time. And I know it was you, and it was what you've built there. And it's that he loves his bands. So it makes a huge difference. Actually, before we go on, you have a band. And you have a band that you gave birth to, basically.
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
It's with my son and daughter, Mackenzie and Andrew. And they're both, Mackenzie's just turned 18, Andrew just turned 19. And they've been through the academy, like 6 bands at a time, and taking hourly lessons from, world-class teachers. And they started playing professionally when they're about 12. And then they were backing some other people. I was like, well, if they can play with my kids, I'm going to play with my kids. So we formed Mac and Blue, and Mackenzie is writing all the music and essentially producing it. And I just do what she tells me to. So
she's your daughter, and that's your job.
I'll say, do you want it like this? Do you want, because I trust her as a musician and her artistry to go on her own. So it's been a lot of fun, and extremely rewarding to go up and play with your kids.
Yeah, and you guys are going to play a little bit for us when we end the show today, right?
Yes.
So I'm really psyched because I don't know how many people know this, but we unveiled that band at Burgers and Bands.
Mm-hmm.
Was it our second year, or was it our first year that we unveiled it?
Probably the second.
Yeah, I think it was the second in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
That was horrible, but people came, so that was good. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about how you have kept all your teachers working during this time, and what a big deal that is, because so many local musicians aren't making money, mm-hmm. right? So how have you worked that out for them?
Just going on to the online format. We're using Zoom, and some people prefer FaceTime, and our students have been really, they're pleased, and they're having fun, and our teachers have been helping them as well. If they can't having trouble signing in, or because not everybody is used to technology, including myself. So I barely got on here.
That's not you, honestly. That was weird, because as soon as you turn it off, that old trick, turn it off, turn it back on, it works, right? So, all right. So one of the reasons I asked that question about the teachers mm-hmm. is that local musicians everywhere are out of work right now. And actually, I'm throwing this one at you, but Zane's band teacher for an exercise last week, because he can't give them real work. He can't have the band playing. Thank God they're not, trying to play that with the entire band. But his band teacher said, not at the academy, but at the school, he said, what would you be doing right now if your job was to be a musician, right? Yeah. And many of the kids were like, well, they can't do anything. They can't play, so they can't do anything. And Zane has all these great role models through you. So he's like, no. You can teach, or you can own a music school, or you could do, several different things. And he had all these things that people are doing in the community. So can you talk a little bit about what local musicians have been doing and how we can support them?
One thing you can do is AM/FM. If you donate to them, It's an amazing organization. They've been doing tons of concerts and benefits. We've been privileged to play with them, at Rams Head on stage, and we're doing a streaming event with Mac and Blue tomorrow at 8. I think it's through Annapolis Town Center, and then we're also doing a benefit for Warrior Music Foundation as well. But as far as supporting local musicians, I would, stream their music on Spotify as well. Your favorite artists, like their YouTube pages if they have them, and also, I would say it's just really hard, So
I like the idea of the AMFM fund. I think that's really, and that's there all the time, but this was really a good time for it to be used, right? I'm sure there are funds right now, so I'm sure
they've given out tons of checks, and I'm just grateful that it's out there for the people that need it. Luckily, I have the academy with great teachers to sustain us and keep everybody involved, and they're helping contribute too, by having us do great benefits and things like that. So we're going to be paying for charity as well, and displaying our students.
And that is so cool. It just occurred. I mean, how cool, always you do this, Lee. You always get back. You do the first Sundays downtown, you do Burgers and Bands. And then you are working with Warrior Music Foundation, but I love that you're still doing it. So tell us a little bit about Warrior Music Foundation and how your academy is helping them.
Basically, we've been doing concerts with them for their Patriot Bash, and I would run sound for it, and we would play with Kelly Bell and have our students play, and Mac and Blue, and have fun, and donate. And then there's other charities that we've done through other people that were helping Warrior as well. But this one, we just picked a date, May 9th from 6 to 9. It's going to be on the first Sunday. Or no, wait. Yeah, that one's May 9th, 6 to 9. I'm sorry, I got like one.
It's first Sunday.
First Sunday is May 3rd, but that's going to be for AMFM. But for Warrior is May 9th from 6 to 9, and we're going to have 20-minute concerts with like Jimmy Haha, Brian Ewald, and Mac and Blue, and there's going to be 15-minute auctions. And I really encourage people to help out, because these people have sacrificed so much, and the lessons I've seen have helped, through our academy. And Ryan Fowler, he's got an amazing music school too over there up in Timonian, builds music. So I think there's one in Pittsburgh as well. And I personally really like working with the veterans as well. Been doing private music lessons with them, and have a couple of them involved in our bands here. So I was hoping to unveil them in a band situation, but that's not going to be for a while. But the benefits, please tune in and chip in when you can.
And we're going to put those up on Facebook. For those of you who don't know, I do the Priddy Music Academy Facebook page and their social media and website. So we'll make sure those go up so you know they're out there and can watch them. If you have questions, if you have kids and you want to know whether Priddy can help you, please ask the questions here. We can put them up. Lee, how old do you have to be to work with a musician? How old does a musician have to be?
You mean to be in the school? We've had them as young as 5 for like piano and drums. I think those are a little bit more immediate gratifying as far as like, getting a tone. You hit the drum or you hit the key, and then doesn't mean that it's not possible, but around 7 and up for guitar and bass is good, because the motor skills of being able to press the fret with enough pressure and pick the string, because it's fairly intricate, to go from there. And voice too can be at an early stage, and also percussion. I would say younger than that, there's still a lot of, we haven't been able to expand our program because where we are, but there's a great school, and she's actually helped me with, Naptown Sings and Plays. she's actually helped me with my online program as well. We were chatting, so that's a great thing about the musical community as well. People helping each other out. But yeah, the bands we've had as young as 8 or 9
Yeah.
up on stage. Little Evie, in Zane's band, she's 11 now, and she was in a different program before, but we got her like really dialed in now.
Oh, yeah. It's funny. Zane pulled up. Remember they used to practice when they first started. They used to practice in our dining room,
Mhm.
and he pulled up that video the other day, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, you guys have changed
Yeah, we're all funny. Now
so much better."
Tyler's probably taller than me now, so.
I know, it's so funny. It's so funny. All right. So if you want to work with Priddy Music Academy, you can go to priddymusicacademy.com here. You can follow them on Facebook. You can follow them on Instagram. We try to put up a lot of great pictures of the bands. And then as soon as this is over and as soon as we can, you'll see them out and about around town. So please do look for the Priddy Music Academy bands. They play every first Sunday. They play downtown. What's the name of that? It's Calvert Street. What's the name of that park? Do you remember? I know. It's right off of West Street.
Whitmore or Urban Park.
Okay, Whitmore Urban Park. We had this really cool pagoda. Is that what that's called?
I think it's an amphitheater. It's kind of small for you thinking amphitheater, but it's actually really big for like a gazebo or so.
Exactly.
It's great, and we're spoiled to work there. Yeah. So basically, also we're going to be hitting a lot of restaurants and doing free shows to help the restaurants out. So we'll do like 1 to 5 matinees, so it doesn't really interfere with the dinner crowd, and actually we don't really scare away other customers.
No, you
Great. The music is good.
We spend a lot. Well, first of all, you bring all the bands, right?
Mhm.
When we do the showcases in particular, you bring all the bands, you have all the parents, everybody brings, grandma, right? And their friends to watch. And so these restaurants are getting a lot out of Priddy Music Academy.
Yeah. So we're going to do a bunch of them. I imagine, everybody's going to be itching to play. So I think one of the first ones we're going to book with is Stan and Joe's, because that was the one that right before this happened was like the next place I was going to showcase. So look for that. That'll be at the West Street location. We'll probably be playing.
Michael's asking you a question.
Because I hang out with you.
So no, and that's it. So Stan and Joe's, we've been at Severna Park Tap House, we've been at Vita Taco, Sonoma's, and then your band has played at oh my gosh, what's the one with the blues jam on?
Blair's. That's fun.
Blair's. That's a fun place. Not a place you usually think about bringing your kids, but a fun place nonetheless.
Yeah. Oh, they're good to the kids though when we're there though. So
great. And you know what? They're the ones who encouraged Zane to come out. And so it's nice that they do that. They really do take people under their wings, and it's nice to see. So all right. So you want to bring your band in and play us out?
Oh, sure. Hang on one second. Let me grab them.
While you do that, I'm gonna talk about who's
I thought we were going on later, so hang on one second.
Okay. All right. So while he's getting his band in there and ready to set up, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's coming up tomorrow, because one of the things that's been the hardest for us as a digital agency, one of the things that's been the hardest is to watch our retail stores struggle. And they've mostly done a good job. I've actually been really proud of the work that they've done. Heather Summers, she's not a client. She's actually just a friend, and she's a fellow ambassador at Leading Ladies. And she put together a ways of keeping her business running. And so I've got her coming on tomorrow to give you some ideas of how she's done that. Lee has done a whole, like I said, he set up his band, he's set up the bands online, he set up the lessons online. He's done a great job. But I wanted him, I know it's 10:30 in the morning, but I wanted him to have a chance to show off his band. If you've not seen them before, they are amazing. Mackenzie is one of the best bassists I've ever seen. And I know I'm not the best judge of musicians because I'm a mom and that's all I do. But I will say that everybody who ever sees her says the exact same thing. So I'm going to let you see them real quick. Lee, are you guys ready?
Yep. You want a quick check?
Check 1, 2. Yeah, I think we're good.
There you go. All right. Hey guys, by the way, thank you for getting up. I'm sure you did not want to get up this early. So thank you.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
So tell us a little bit about what you're going to play for us.
We're going to do a cover that I wrote of a Prince classic, Kiss.
Awesome. That sounds great. Thank you.
Sorry.
Right.
Ready, guys? You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. Just use your fire, baby, from dusk till dawn. You don't need experience to turn me out. Just leave it all up to me. I'm gonna show you what it's all about. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be good or to rule my world. And no particular sign not to back forward. I just want your extra time, your kiss. Got to not talk, baby, if you wanna impress me. Can't be too late, mama. I know how to undress me. I wanna be your fantasy, baby. You can be mine. Just leave it all up to me. We get on a good time. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be good to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign not to back forward. I just want your extra time, girl. Yes. Not your shoes, eyes, none we can do this world. Don't have to watch my speak to have an attitude. Just leave it all up to me. My love will be your food. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be good in my world. Ain't no particular style not to fight forward. I just want your extra time, girl. Let me break it down, yes. All right, thank you guys. We got one more for you. It's an original that I wrote. Right? Across the street, they says you're me. Say I'm looking for a man who wants you. That my guys didn't want to leave. So, could come find you. And I'm saying that's that for me. Control has been everything I do. Show the opposites you see. And I promise I'll just get to you. That's the girl I wanna be. You got it all figured out, and I've been dreaming of a life like that for me. I'm afraid like you, imagine all the things that I could do, like picking up, really living for me. If I was all like you, my problem would be easier to run into, and I do all the things I want to. If I were you, if I were you, if I were you, if I were you. Now I hate to be the one to burst your bubble, baby, but I'm lying hard inside. It's cracked. The real thing is it. Expectations on the girl, and the thought of you saying why. You wanna know. At least at halftime to sit back and watch the stars without ever thinking about having to be as bright as they are. If I were small like you, imagine all the things that I could do, like living for me. If I were small like you, my problem would be easier to run into, and I do all the things I want to. If I were you, if I were you, if I were you, if I were you, feel the pressure when I tell myself I can't realize right off me. So nothing. Should I make a change? Should I stay the same? Do I have to be like you? Like you? If I were like you, imagine all the things that I could do, like pick up, really living for me. If I were small like you, my problem would be easier to run into, and I do all the things I want to. If I were you.
You are amazing.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for having us in.
You are absolutely amazing. Mackenzie, you come up to the thing so we can see you a minute. Tell people how long you've been playing.
I've been playing for about, I think, 8 years now.
So you're 18 now. So you've been playing since you were 10?
Yeah, 9, almost 10.
Okay, that's amazing. I saw pictures of, for those of you that don't know Lucy, I saw pictures of Lucy when she was really little, a video of her. Every time I see those, it just amazes me how much you've grown, but musically how amazing you are. So thank you for doing this and for everything. And you've been at every single Burgers and Bands, every single one. So and I haven't made the announcement yet, but we're going to have to do something about May. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about what we're doing, and then we'll see you in October for sure at Burgers and Bands, because we're never going to have a Burgers and Bands without Mac and Blue.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. You guys, oops, hold on. I went off of them. I meant to go this way. There you go. You guys are Mac and Blue. You can find you on Facebook. You had a comment over here. Somebody put it up. Let me show you, because I think David Christie said, find them, go see them live as soon as you can. And he put up how you find them. So you guys, everybody go follow Mac and Blue, follow Priddy Music Academy. Lee, thank you for everything. Thank you for everything. If you have questions or you need anything, go to priddymusicacademy.com and they will definitely help you. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, see you. Thanks.
Bye.